Hi everyone. I just want to thank you for taking the time to order from Charon's Party. And now I'm going to show you the 4 cards that I would have made had we been able to have the class. Everything is going to be cut and stamped and ready. All you have to do is assemble. So here we go. The first card is going to use the stamp set called Here's a Card. And it also uses the Designer Series paper, Perennial Essence. You won't get to see what the card looks like until it's done, but here are all my pieces. I have a base of smoky slate. I have a layer of the designer paper, which I have punched the hole out already for my sentiment, layered it onto Whisper White. I have another piece of the designer paper layered again onto Whisper White. I have a vellum circle that I cut with the 2 1/4 inch punch. My sentiment was cut with the 1 1/2 inch punch, and the white layer behind this was cut using the circle dies. So this is pretty simple. You just layer everything together. We'll put the main front layer onto the front. We will then put the smaller layer on top. I'm going to put just a little bit of vellum in the center of this circle. And then I have a few dimensionals on the back. And the phrase or the sentiment will go right there in the middle. And there's your card. I do have a sentiment stamped already for you on the inside as well. So that is card number 1. The second card that we're going to use uses beautifully braided stamp set, and some of these are from the Occasions catalog or Celebration, which were still available at the time of Charon's Party, although they may not be now. I'm also using one of the second level Celebration items, and this is called Flowering Foils Designer Series paper. There's a lot of cool images in there. I have a gorgeous grape card base that I stamped a sentiment on, and again the inside is going to be stamped for you as well. The front layer is just a piece of the Designer Series paper, and what I did was using sponge daubers and my grape and Pear Pizzazz ink pads, I just took a dauber, went into the purple, and sponged around the section that was a flower. Anywhere where there was a flower, I just did some sponging. Get this little guy down there. Doesn't need to be perfectly colored in because the watercolor adds to the dimension of the card. With the green, I'm just going to get these leaves. And hopefully you can all see what I'm doing here, because Jake set me up my camera display and then he left, so I have no idea how this is all looking. So hopefully it looks okay. So again, I just sponged, daubered the grape and the Pear Pizzazz. I'm now going to layer this onto a piece of black cardstock. I've already put some dimensionals on the back. This is just going to go right straight to the card front. I like that one a little better. I I then have a small strip of the striped grosgrain ribbon, which I am going to put a glue dot in the middle of. These are my little glue dots from Paper Pumpkin, so they're not off a roll, but and just kind of point. I will flag my ends. I will put another glue dot on the back. And I will just add it right here to the front of my card on a little bit of an angle. And then I have one of the gold faceted gems that will go right on the top of my ribbon. And it says, "Your smile brightens my day." Quick, easy card, not a lot of layering, but still a beautiful card. So that was card number 2. They're gonna get a little harder as we go along, so bear with me. The third card uses Positive Thoughts stamp set. This also had a set of dies that coordinated with it that were available. These are the dies. Nature's Thoughts dies. I also used the stitched rectangle dies on this card. And before I lose it, my little butterfly. This is some of the Tropical Chic designer paper. This is actually the piece that I used, but I just used the back side. It's like a woven image. And I'm going to do a little bit of stamping for this card. All I have done on my soft suede base was layer that designer paper on the front. I just put a clear blank piece on the inside. I have also pre-stamped a little mint macaron piece with suede. I have also stamped and cut out with the dies dahlia and this ferny piece. I also have die cut out of gold a butterfly and this little element strip. And I have a woven braided linen bow. So the way I'm going to prepare the main focal point of this is normally I would have a piece of scrap paper like this one, and I'm going to ink up my big fern image in Mossy Meadow. I'm going to stamp it full strength on my scrap. This is the one that's going to give me that die cut, and then without re-inking, I'm going to stamp it again and again on my focal panel. So this is what my base focal panel will be. I will take this over to the Big Shot and die cut it, and then it will give me this. And like I said, I've already done the floral image in Flirty Flamingo. So I'm going to take my focal piece, phrase, and I'm just going to put some adhesive along the bottom edge. You can see I've already put 2 dimensionals at the top edge, but I'm going to take my gold element and attach it to the bottom. And now I'm going to take one more dimensional and just put it in the middle over the bottom. I'll get rid of my dimensional backs. And I will take my focal piece, and I want to be able to keep this stitching element